My name is Andy Junkin, and I help stubborn farmers work better together. And what I do is I get farm families to stop being stubborn with each other and start being stubborn at the habits that make a farm family successful. What I do is I meet with your family 25 times over the course of a year, and we do all our meetings over Zoom. And in the course of an hour, what I do is I have all your family members come to the table with an idea as to how to improve farm profitability. Now, I'm not Dr. Phil. I don't get farmers to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. And what I'm focused on is making $3,000 more profit in each meeting. And that's great. It's always good to make more money out of your operation. It's a good use of everybody's time to squeeze out an extra $3,000 out of your operation. But subtly, behind the scenes, there's three big reasons why I do this. The first thing I do is I problem solve how you problem solve. When we're stubborn farmers, we're really good at talking, but we're really not good at listening to what our partners are saying, and we're not really good at making decisions together as a family. We get these attitudes of, I'm smarter than you. And what I do is I get your family from being stubborn with each other to really making smart decisions together as a team and get everybody pulling the same direction. The second thing I do is I observe how your family operates. And each meeting, I make one suggestion to improve how you guys work together as a team. And the third thing I do is I talk one-on-one with each farmer. That's a key decision maker in your operation. And I get you to turn a bad habit into a good habit. And, in 25 meetings, I make 3 simple little changes. And that adds up to over 75 improvements to how your family works together. And I guarantee your operation will be 200% better as a result. A lot of banks, they refer me a lot of their clients. When you think about it, miscommunication and egos affects a farm's bottom line more than the markets and weather altogether. And anything you can do to improve how you make decisions together, to get everybody from butting heads to being able to sit down and make decisions together, get everybody pulling in the same direction, that's going to skyrocket our farm profitability. It's amazing how we nearly double a lot of farm families' profitability that we work with. The second thing we do, we have a lot of lawyers referring us to clients and or estate planners. And the reason why they do that is if you got a farm family where everybody's butting heads and pulling farm in different directions, and you can't squeeze out an extra 10% profitability without it being a huge fight, how can you possibly have a discussion about where the farm's going to be in 10 years' time? And what I do is I get everybody from butting heads to being able to sit down and make decisions together. So when you sit down to have the succession planning talk, the talk isn't a 2-hour meeting that turns into a 10-year family feud, but it's a pleasant afternoon conversation and succession is successful. The third thing I do is I have a lot of farm families being referred to me by universities and farm organizations across North America. And the reason for this is that a lot of farm families, they have a trouble transitioning from a parent-child relationship to a professional relationship. And what I do is help make that transition easy over the course of a year. And as a result of my process, instead of a lot of bickering and everybody butting heads and pulling the farm in different directions, I get rid of all that BS, and farming with family is fun again. And I really believe that's what farming should be all about, is having a lot of fun working with your family. My own family situation was not fun. 25 years ago, I would have said farm culture is a bunch of BS. But I learned the hard way that it's the essentials to making a farm successful. What caused my family to succeed over 7 generations of farming in Bob Cajun was the fact that we were stubborn. What caused my family to fail in the end, though, was the fact that we were stubborn. And what I've been doing is turning stubborn from a bad word to a good word for a lot of farm families over the last 15 years. I work with hundreds of farm families across North America, and I'd love to work with you. And I know that you don't know me from Adam, so I'm just going to appeal to your own common sense. Go with what you know. We all know that farming is a game of economies of scale. But you take a farm that's worth $40 million and a farm that's worth $5 million, right? Obviously, the $40 million operation is going to have a slight competitive advantage as far as buying power and economies of scale and the type of technology they can afford. But let's say both farm families are in the same position today that, their neighbors would say that they're a good Christian farm family, but behind the barn, they're butting heads and pulling the farm in different directions. They're anything but Christian with each other. Now, let's just say that the $40 million farm, they watch this video and they go on to another website. But the $5 million farm, over the next year, they take what I'm saying seriously and they fundamentally change and evolve and working with each other from good to great. And they go from butting heads to being able to make good decisions together and get everybody pulling in the same direction. Let's say over the next 10 years, 7 out of the next 10 years, the ag economy is really tough. And for several years, the cost of production for these farms is a lot higher than what the commodity markets are paying. Now, I got 3 different questions for you. The first question is this: which farm is going to be able to make the improvements to their efficiencies so that they can survive? The family that's $40 million, but everybody's bickering over every decision, or the family is only $5 million, but they're able to sit down and make really good quality decisions together, and everybody's pulling in the same direction. The second question I got for you is this: which farm do you actually want to work on for the next 10 years? The family where everybody's bickering over every decision, or the family that's getting along? And my third question is this: is Stubborn making or breaking your farm? Is Stubborn making or breaking your farm? Where are you going to be with your family in 10 years' time? My name is Andy Junkin. Everybody calls me Bob Cajun. You can call me Cajun too. The key thing is that you call me, and let's improve the odds of your family still farming together in 30 years' time. You take care and God bless.